bloodiest crime scenes I've seen in a long time.
You know, this case really had a lot of layers to it. There was no funeral, nothing. She took all that away.
She was very vindictive, very cruel. That marked her in my memory.
Why did you really have to do it? What was the real reason you did that?
They were the picture-perfect couple. A solid 27 years into their marriage, Patricia and Kenneth McMillan were by all accounts the perfect family. But beneath that flawless surface, something had begun to rot. And when their marriage finally shattered, one of them ended up in a Louisiana swamp, tied down with cinder blocks.
Man and who had apparently been murdered.
And a gruesome discovery in a Louisiana swamp exposes a suspect.
And was found there in the water, had been tied down with blocks.
We were notified by some fishermen there was a body in the canal.
At one point, assumedly she loved this man and she had children with him, and for her to go from that point to not only killing him and taking his body to Louisiana to feed to the alligators.
She was very selfish.
By August 2007, the McMillans' life had become unrecognizable. Kenneth filed for divorce. The stress of family life had taken its toll. The marriage had developed into an unsettling Cold War. As one investigator put it, they were just roommates. The divorce was finalized April 2008. A seemingly clean break, Kenneth was awarded the house, and Patricia got $110,000 to move out.
Kenneth and Patricia McMillan had gone through a divorce. Ultimately, he had been awarded their house. My gut's telling me something's not right here.
But Kenneth McMillan never got to enjoy his new life. At 6:30 p.m. on June 16, 2008, Rhonda Hudson called 911 frantic. Kenneth, who had been staying with her while Patricia moved out, hadn't shown up for his shift. This was deeply unusual for him. Rhonda's told dispatchers the last time she seen Kenneth, he was leaving to meet Patricia back at the home they once shared.
Rhonda and her husband were good friends, and she allowed Kenneth to stay with them while he was going through a divorce.
She was wanting us to do a welfare check on Kenneth McMillan because he hadn't come home and she didn't let him go.
Police quickly learned about an incident that morning at that very address. Deputies had responded to a missing trailer report, finding Kenneth, Patricia, and her old friend Harold Ballard gathered at the property.
Had not been heard from since he had went out there.
Kenneth had confronted Ballard, accusing him and Patricia of stealing the trailer, ordering Ballard off the property. When deputies returned just 11 hours later looking for Kenneth, Patricia claimed he left shortly after Ballard was excused off the property.
Patricia wound up trying to tell them that after Kenneth left that day that she had gotten ill. Had called Harold Ballard. Harold had come and gotten her and taken her to.
And she hadn't seen him since. The investigation took a chilling turn when police tracked the GPS on Kenneth's vehicle.
I'm not going to get into it tonight. I need to know, is there anything that's going to come up?
It was found an hour south in Dallas, parked in the lot of a gentleman's club. The car was empty. There was no sign of Kenneth on camera. It was a clear, immediate red flag for foul play. Because how in the world can your car be parked in front of the strip club, but cameras don't ever see you coming in?
He didn't show up for work. He's not a person to miss work.
3 days later, the worst fears were confirmed. Kenneth McMillan's body was found 450 miles away in a Louisiana swamp. He was face down in the marsh, shirtless with ropes tied around his feet. And he had been shot in the back.
My cell phone rang, and that's when I was informed that it was time to go to alligator country.
And hid his body out in tall grass.
Investigators also found cinder blocks tied to the ropes. The message was clear. Someone didn't want Kenneth dead. They wanted him to stay submerged forever. As one investigator noted, a person don't normally tie cinder blocks to themselves and jump into the water. The focus immediately shifted to Harold Ballard, the man Kenneth had confronted on the morning he vanished. Ballard quickly provided an alibi, claiming he drove to Oklahoma after leaving McMillan's home. But modern technology doesn't lie. Harold Ballard's phone GPS pinged down in Louisiana that very night he claimed to be in Oklahoma. His alibi had collapsed. On June 20th, Ballard was arrested for Kenneth McMillan's murder. Patricia McMillan was right there with him, and her reaction to his arrest was startling. Patricia didn't appear to be emotional at all, one investigator recalled. Wasn't surprised at all, didn't appear to be upset. Police searched Ballard's pickup truck and found ammunition matching the bullet removed from Kenneth's back. What he revealed was a shock and tell of desperation and friendship that turned into betrayal. Harold Ballard insisted that he didn't kill Kenneth. He described Patricia as a different person from the one he knew 20 years ago. She had become desperate. Ballard confessed that Patricia called him at 9 a.m. on June 16th, just hours after the missing trailer incident. Kenneth was a dead man, she told him, and said it was time to go to Alligator Country. Ballard revealed that Patricia had mentioned to him before it'd be nice if Kenneth disappeared and alligators ate him. Ballard drove to the McMillan home. Patricia showed him Kenneth's body in the backyard. She never explicitly said she shot him, but Ballard gathered that she had. That night he helped her wrap the body in plastic and load into his truck. Patricia drove Kenneth's car to Dallas to stage the scene at the Gentlemen's Club, and Ballard followed with the body in his truck. They drove in silence all the way to Louisiana.
Think back that I'm out there doing this welfare check, not understanding, what's going on between these two, and here I am walking around talking with someone who had just murdered someone.
After Harold Ballard was thrown off the property, then Kenneth remained on the property trying to look for the trailer. And ultimately, that's when she shot him in the back.
The friends, the family, anybody who knew Kenneth McMillan, there was no closure. He was gone.
She allowed him to look in the house, when in reality, Kenneth's body was laying over 50 yards from the front door in the tall grass.
Ballard had convinced himself that he was just helping a friend, but in jail, the harsh reality set in. Patricia was going to let him take the fall. I was disappointed. I thought we had a better friendship than that, Ballard said. With Patricia denying any involvement, police needed a confession. Harold's brother, Joe Ballard, volunteered to wear a wire to meet with Patricia. On July 19, 2008, Joe met Patricia. She was comfortable, believing she was confided in a friend. She told Joe that the gun was gone and dumped into a lake. Then she leaned in and delivered a chilling admission. Kenneth was just there by himself with me. Patricia confessed on the wiretap. I went ahead and shot him. I would have never dreamt that I would even go this far. The motive, police determined, was simple bitterness over the divorce settlement. Patricia didn't like losing the house. Patricia McMillan was arrested that next day. At her trial in 2009, her lawyers argued self-defense, claiming she shot Kenneth during a physical scuffle. She alleged verbal abuse and physical abuse, painting a picture of fear.
She continued to denigrate Kenneth and his character, and he liked to run his mouth, and he probably said it to the wrong person or things like that.
And when we found out about the conversation between Harold's brother and Patricia, that was really eye-opening. The way she talked about Kenneth, the way she talked about the details.
But trying to ruin his character to his family, I just showed a real. They remember him as a hardworking, dedicated employee that was really sharp.
On June 10, 2009, nearly a year after Kenneth's murder, Patricia was convicted and sentenced to 80 years in prison. Harold Ballard, who aided in the investigation by wearing the wire, took a plea deal and received 10 years probation.
Cyanide Am has been found guilty of murder and sentenced to death.
The suspected serial killer branded Am Cyanide by Phi Media has today been sentenced to death.
In the heart of Thailand, a shadow moved unseen. Sararat Rangsi Wuttaporn, a woman dubbed Ms. Cyanide, smiled as she was sentenced to death for killing her friend with the fast-acting poison.
She borrowed money from her victims, poisoned them, and looted their belongings to fund her addiction.
as she faces accusations of fatally poisoning 13 other wealthy victims.
I think you need to be more than a gambler to be able to contemplate, murdering 14 people.
It's alleged she killed 14 people in 8 provinces over 8 years.
For 8 terrifying years, from 2015 to 2023, she allegedly wove a silent web of death, a chilling dance of betrayal, friendship, and lethal poison.
I think someone like Cyanide M, who's lured and killed many victims and might be the most prolific serial killer in Thailand.
Her victims were not strangers. They were her friends, her acquaintances, people who trusted her.
Police say the victims were either known as friends or were close to her. The person has been found to be responsible for cold-blooded murder of as many as 14 people.
And almost without exception, they died after she borrowed their money or coveted their possessions. Their deaths, initially dismissed as natural causes.
The woman in white, dubbed Cyanide by local media, travelled with her alleged final victim, Koi, to disappeared.
This is the story of those who vanished into her toxic embrace, their lives extinguished, their justice delayed. Her alleged trail of poison began quietly, years before the world took notice. The initial deaths linked to her were scattered across time, each seemingly an isolated tragedy. These were individuals from her personal circle, often people she had financial dealings with. Their symptoms were often similar to sudden heart failure or collapse. Without immediate suspicion of foul play or the specific testing for cyanide, their passing went largely unquestioned. Each death was a silent, almost undetectable strike. The perfect crime, or so it seemed, driven by an alleged online gambling addiction that consumed Sarah Wright and demanded a constant stream of new funds. The quiet pattern of suspicious deaths finally shattered in April 2023 with the passing of Siraporn Kanwang. Siraporn was a friend of the killer, and her death would become the catalyst for unmasking Cyanide Am. One day, traveling to a river in Ratchaburi province to participate in a Buddhist protection ritual together. Shortly after, Siraporn suddenly fainted and died on the riverbank, and Miss Cyanide was seen on street cameras walking away and having no attempts to help when crowds of people went around her friend's body. Siraporn's death, unlike the others, sparked a wider investigation. Her family's suspicions, combined with the forensic evidence, finally opened the floodgates. Following Miss Cyanide's arrest for Siraporn's murder, a cascade of families came forward, people whose loved ones had died under similarly mysterious circumstances. Often after having financial dealings with Miss Cyanide, police began to systematically re-examine these cases, linking Miss Cyanide to a staggering 14 suspected murders and even one individual who was poisoned but miraculously survived. Among these victims were Sutasak Punkwang, Sarah Wright's ex-boyfriend, allegedly poisoned by Sarah Wright. Her ex-husband, a police lieutenant colonel, was later implicated in helping her after Sutasak's death, reportedly assisting her in extorting money from his friends and acquaintances. The vast majority of the victims were people Sarah Wright knew, friends she had lured, people she had borrowed money from, whose jewelry or mobile phones she then allegedly stole after their deaths. The modus operandi was horrifyingly simple and effective. Sarah Wright would often lure her victims to a meal or a ritual, offering them what she called herb capsules, or similar substances that were, in fact, laced with cyanide. The chemical is hard to detect in food or drink, and the symptoms mimic common ailments or heart attacks. Sarah Wright Rangsi Wuttapon now faces a multitude of charges, including premeditated murder, attempted murder, theft causing death, and forgery. In November 2024, she was sentenced to death, in the first of her 14 murder trials, specifically for the poisoning of Siriporn Kanwang. This conviction has brought a measure of justice to Siriporn's grieving mother, who stated, "I want to tell my daughter that I miss her deeply, and justice has been done for her today." The investigation into Cyanide continues, uncovering the chilling depth of a serial killer who hid in plain sight, preying on trust for financial gain, leaving a trail of silent, agonizing deaths across Thailand.
This morning, an accused mass murderer charged in the shooting deaths of 4 people is speaking out in his own defense.
The man accused of killing 4 family members and hiding from law enforcement for a week.
On the side of a highway, some of the child's closest relatives were found dead hours later.
But he says he did not kill the 4 victims. Drummond confirmed he did become a member of the Vice Lord gang during a prior prison stint.
Drummond, since being arrested, has tried to argue that he's not the person who executed 4 members of his girlfriend's family.
He says he is innocent and had no reason to kill the 4 individuals, all of whom he said he considered to be family. Now, I did ask him, if not him, well, who did kill the 4 victims? I also asked him.
A scorching summer afternoon. An elderly woman, Mrs. Anna Reed, walks out to her front yard to get the mail. She stops abruptly, her eyes wide with shock. A car seat is sitting alone in the grass. A small 7-month-old baby girl inside, fast asleep. The air shimmers with an unsettling silence. Mrs. Reed immediately calls 911.
This began for law enforcement when they received a 911 call from a homeowner who said he found a baby on his front lawn.
Detective Miller and his partner, Detective Jenkins, review the 911 call. A car seat, an abandoned baby. It's a mystery. They quickly identify the child's parents, Adriana Williams and James Wilson. A frantic call to their home goes unanswered. The detectives head to their address in Tiptonville. The home is quiet, too quiet. As they approach, Miller and Jenkins notice a disturbing lack of activity. They enter the house and find a scene of unimaginable horror. 4 bodies, Adriana Williams, her boyfriend James Wilson, her mother Courtney Rose, and her brother Brayton Williams, lie motionless. They have all been shot. The detectives immediately know the case has escalated from a simple abandoned baby to a quadruple homicide.
Parents of the baby, they were also found dead, Matthew Wilson and Adriana Williams. Courtney Rose was the maternal grandmother of that child. She too was dead.
A statewide manhunt is launched for Austin Drummond, Adriana Williams' ex-boyfriend. The manhunt intensifies. News reports flash across screens, showing photos of Austin Drummond, a 28-year-old with a cold, distant stare. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation issues warnings.
Surveillance video shows Austin Drummond in camouflage and armed with a rifle, attempting to enter a church Sunday night.
Drummond is considered armed and dangerous. Surveillance footage from a nearby church shows him dressed in camouflage and carrying a rifle.
I'm able to watch him as he walks up my driveway toward the road.
Citizens are urged to lock their doors and report any sightings. A car linked to Drummond is found abandoned. 3 people are arrested as accessories, having allegedly helped him after the murders. After a week on the run, a tip comes in. A resident of Jackson, Tennessee, has spotted a man fitting Drummond's description in a wooded area. The police, led by Chief Corley, head to the area. The air is thick with anticipation. They find Drummond hiding in a vacant building. He is captured without a fight.
Some new information we want to tell you about now, about the preliminary hearing in the case against quadruple murder suspect Austin Drummond. It happened yesterday. This was the first time Drummond actually appeared in court in person.
A somber courtroom. Family members of the victim sit, their faces etched with grief. The baby, a small beacon of hope, is now in the care of relatives. District Attorney Goodman explains the case's heartbreaking details. The baby, now an orphan, has lost her parents, an uncle, and a grandmother.
kill the 4 victims. Drummond confirmed he did become a member of the Vice Lord Gang during a prior prison stint.
But they found out I was an informant, and I didn't know. I was afraid because I knew bad things happened.
Now, in an exclusive interview with the local outlet News Channel 5, Drummond claims he was working as an undercover agent for federal investigators. While it was not immediately clear how his claims of being undercover would be connected to the murders, he allegedly told News Channel 5, without elaborating, that he was in some capacity linked to the killings. He, however, continued to maintain his innocence. He said, "I had no reason to hurt these people. They were my girlfriend's family who had become my family." He said, "I took Adriana to the hospital to have her baby. I helped to teach Braden to drive. Matthew was like a little brother to me, man." He told the outlet he recently learned his cover was blown and got further scared upon hearing about the murders, which is why he ran.
He says he is innocent and had no reason to kill the 4 individuals, all of whom he said he considered to be family. Now, I did ask him, if not him, well, who did kill the 4 victims? I also asked him,
"I did not handle the situation right by running, but I was afraid," he told Channel 5 News. If he is truly innocent, why is he not saying who committed these murders? Could he really be telling the truth? Or is this just a sick attempt to buy himself more time? What are your thoughts? More insane true crime stories to come? Subscribe for more Murder, Motive, and Mayhem.
A teenage girl, missing since last year, has been found dead.
New details in the case of the teenage girl whose body was found in the trunk of a car registered to the singer David. Detectives have been searching a home where he has lived.
We now know the body found inside the front trunk of a Tesla.
On a quiet Hollywood street, a seemingly abandoned Tesla sat for days, a familiar sight in a city of luxury. But inside the trunk of this car, a gruesome secret was waiting to be discovered.
I'm just remembering something. I mean, this is going to sound horrible. So we would walk by the hedges, and I'm like, the hedges always smell like something decomposing, and there's a lot of rats around in here.
And not just any car, but one registered to an up-and-coming celebrity.
This isn't just a story about a missing teenager and a shocking discovery. It's a story that ties a rising music star, a missing person case, and a horrifying crime together. This is the case of Celeste Rivas.
Is David Anthony Birkin. He's from Texas, but he was living here in the Hollywood Hills, and overnight detectives searched this home.
This is only being called a death investigation and not a homicide, and we're told that is because the LA County Medical Examiner's Office is still working to determine how exactly this teen girl died.
April 5th, 2024, 13-year-old Celeste Rivas is reported missing from her home in Lake Elsinore, California. December 2024, a leaked song demo by the artist David, which is spelled D4vd, whose real name is David Anthony Burke, surfaces online. The song is titled Celeste, and its lyrics are interpreted by fans as being about a girl named Celeste. February 2025, David releases a music video for his song One More Dance, which depicts him and 2 others putting a body in the trunk of a car. The video has since gained immense attention and scrutiny. Early September 2025, a black Tesla registered to singer is abandoned on a street in the Hollywood Hills. September 8th, 2025, the car, having been towed to an impound lot after being abandoned for over 72 hours, begins to emit a strong foul odor. Employees at the tow yard investigate and discover a severely decomposed body in the front trunk. Authorities are immediately called. The body is wrapped in a bag and is so badly decomposed that it is not initially intact.
On Saturday, September 6th, a call came in to a tow company about a vehicle that had been sitting abandoned near the Bird Street.
I'm just remembering something. I mean, this is going to sound horrible. So we would walk by the hedges, and I'm like, the hedges always smell like something decomposing.
But this one, a sleek black Tesla sedan, was hauled away and taken to Hollywood Tow.
It was the same smell these residents and their dogs have been smelling for more than a week now.
September 17, 2025. The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner's Office identifies the body as Celeste Rivas, now 15 years old. Her name and birth date match the girl who was reported missing in April 2024. The cause of death is officially deferred pending further investigation, meaning it is still under investigation. However, the LAPD's Robbery Homicide Division begins investigating the case as a homicide.
LAPD detectives were still at the home this morning. They took a computer and several other items. Sources confirmed to Eyewitness News it is in connection with the death investigation.
September 19th, 2025. A GoFundMe is set up by Celeste Rivas' family to help with funeral expenses. The family releases a statement describing her as a beloved daughter, sister, cousin, and friend. September 20th, 2025. It is announced that David has canceled the remaining dates of his U.S. tour, and his record label has reportedly paused the release of a deluxe album. His name is also quietly removed from an upcoming Grammy Museum event. September 22nd, 2025. The remainder of David's world tour dates are canceled. The latest evidence. A tattoo. Both Celeste and David have a matching tattoo on their right index fingers. While authorities have said the tattoo is common and popularized by other celebrities, it has fueled speculation online. A leaked song and music video. The discovery of a leaked song demo titled Celeste and the music video for One More Dance have added a sinister layer to the case, with fans and news outlets scrutinizing the lyrics and imagery. A possible relationship. Celeste's mother told TMZ that her daughter's boyfriend was named David, matching the singer's real name, David Anthony Burke. Photos and videos of the singer with a girl purported to be Celeste have also surfaced online. David was reported 20 years old at the time the body of Celeste Rivas was discovered. She was reported missing in April 2024 when she was 13 years old. Her body was found in September 2025, at which point she would have been 15 years old. This age gap is alarming to many and thought to be inappropriate if more than a fan and artist relationship. A search warrant. The LAPD's robbery homicide division served a search warrant on a Hollywood Hills home where the singer had been staying before his tour. Authorities reportedly collected a computer and other items and used luminol to search for traces of blood. No suspects named. As of now, police have not named any suspects or persons of interest. The case remains a homicide investigation, but no charges have been filed against David or anyone else. The case of Celeste Rivas is a complex and tragic one. It raises more questions than it answers. How did she die? How did her body end up in David's car? As the police continued investigation unravels and the singer's potential involvement deepens, a new and unsettling claim has surfaced online. Unverified reports suggest the grim discovery of additional human remains near the singer's home, an infant. Online, screenshots of a conversation have gone viral, adding another layer of speculation by fueling rumors about Rivas' supposed pregnancy. It's a chilling narrative, but it's crucial to remember that none of these claims have been substantiated by any official sources. The police have yet to confirm these gruesome details, leaving the true story shrouded in uncertainty. We will continue to follow this case closely. Subscribe for more Murder, Motive, and Mayhem